King Vikramaditya again brought Betal down from that Shisapa tree of the great cremation ground, and, as before, carried him on his shoulder and returned back. After going a little further, Betal again said to the king, "O king, why are you working so hard for that milk monk? Your wisdom is not visible in this futile effort. Still, for entertainment, listen to this story from me. There is a city named Shobhavati on this earth, which is true to its name. A king named Shudraka ruled there. The people in his kingdom were happy in every way. Shudraka was a true protector of his people. The people had unwavering faith and trust in him. Once a Brahmin named Virvar came from Malwa to work for that king who loved warriors. There were 3 people in his family: his pregnant wife Dharmavati, son Satyavar, and daughter Virvati. Similarly, all 3 of them were his assistants for service, who were always ready to serve him with a dagger on their waist, a sword in one hand, and a shield in the other. When Virvar reached the court of King Shudraka and told the purpose of his visit, the king was impressed by his personality and his way of talking and agreed to keep him as a slave. But when Virvar asked for a remuneration of 500 gold coins per day, the king became a little hesitant. He gave Virvar a job, but also decided to investigate him secretly. He ordered his secret agent to investigate Virvar thoroughly and find out how big his family is and how he uses so much money. After meeting the king daily, Virvar used to stand at his main gate till noon, with weapons in his hands, and then from the salary received from the king, he used to give 100 gold coins to his wife for household expenses. From the remaining 400 gold coins, he used to buy clothes, jewelry, and betel leaves, etc., with 100 gold coins. After bathing, he used to spend the same number of gold coins in the worship of Vishnu and Shiva, and he used to donate the remaining 200 gold coins to Brahmins and the poor. In this way, he used 500 gold coins received from the king every day. After finishing his daily chores, he would have his meal, and then at night, he would go to the king's main gate and guard it with a sword in his hand. When King Shudraka heard about his daily routine from his spies, he was very satisfied in his heart. The king considered him the best of men and worthy of special respect, and stopped the spies who were following him. Days passed like this. Virvar easily spent the hot summer days with harsh sunshine. He also spent the hot days of heavy rain at the main gate, remaining steadfast to his duty. Shudraka himself went and checked on him many times at night, but every time he found Virvar alert to his job. Once when the king was going out of the palace at night to know the condition of his subjects, he heard the sound of a woman crying from somewhere far away. That voice was filled with a lot of pain, compassion, and sorrow. The king was very surprised. He thought that, in my kingdom no one is oppressed, no one is poor, and no one is sad. Then who is this woman, and why is she crying so pitifully in this terrible night, when it is raining heavily everywhere? The king felt pity for her. He said to Virvar, "Virvar, listen. A woman is crying in a sad voice from a distance. You go and find out who she is and why is she crying." On hearing the king's words, Virvar said, "As you wish," and immediately left from there with a dagger in his waist and a sword in his hand. It was raining heavily outside. Lightning was flashing every now and then, and the clouds were rumbling as if they were restless to burst. Seeing Virvar going to obey the king's orders with such devotion, even in such bad weather, the king felt very sorry for him. He also became curious, so he too followed him stealthily with a sword in his hand. Following him, Virvar reached out of the city. There he saw a woman crying on the bank of a lake. She was crying, saying repeatedly, "O Vir, O Kakaswami, O Tyagi, how will I live without you?" The brave man was surprised and asked, "O beautiful one, who are you and why are you crying like this at this hour of the night?" Then the woman said, "O brave man, I am the earth. At present my master is King Shudraka, who is a virtuous man. He will die on the 3rd day from today. Then which other king like him will I find as my master? This sorrow is eating me up. Being saddened by this grief, I am mourning for him and myself." On hearing this, Virvar said to her, "O goddess, is there any way by which the death of that king, the protector of the world, can be prevented?" "Yes, There is. Earth spoke in the form of a woman, and only you can do that, Virtha. So Devi, please tell me the solution quickly so that I can do it. Otherwise, my life will become meaningless. Hearing this, the earth said, Son, who else is as brave and loyal as you? So listen to the solution for the welfare of the king. There is a temple of goddess Chandika some distance from here. If you sacrifice your son to goddess Chandika, then the king will not die. He will be able to live for another 100 years. If you can do this today, then it is fine. Otherwise, the king's death is inevitable on the 3rd day from today. On this, the dutiful Viravar said, Goddess, I'm always ready to do anything to save my master's life. I will go and do this work today itself. May you be blessed, my child. Having said this, the earth disappeared. The king, standing hidden nearby, heard their conversation and started waiting to see what Viravar does next. Afterwards, Viravara carried his son Satyavar on a horse. His wife Dharmavati took her daughter Viravathi and went to the temple of Chandika at night. King Shudraka also followed them secretly. Upon reaching the temple, Viravar took his son off his shoulders in front of the goddess. Satyavar bowed to the goddess with great patience and said, "O goddess, please accept the gift of my head so that our master King Shudraka can live for the next 100 years and rule without any trouble." As soon as his son said this, Viravar took out his sword and saying, "Blessed, blessed," cut off his son's head with it, and offering it to goddess Chandika said, "O goddess, may our master live for 100 years due to this sacrifice of my son." At the same time, a voice was heard from the sky, "O brave warrior, you are blessed. There is no one as devoted as you who sacrificed his only virtuous son and gave life to his king Shudraka." King Shudraka was secretly watching and listening to all this. Then Viravati, the daughter of Virva, came forward and hugged the head of her dead brother and started crying bitterly in grief. Thereafter, she also gave up her life in grief for her brother. Seeing this, Viravar's wife said, "O Lord, the king is now blessed. Now I want to tell you something. Our son is gone. Our daughter gave up her life in grief. So what will I do by living now? Why did I, the fool, not offer my head to the goddess earlier for the king's welfare? Therefore, now I request you to give me permission to enter Ani along with the bodies of my children." When Dharamvati insisted on saying this, Virvira said, "O Manaswini, it is okay. You do the same. May you be blessed. When the only thing left with you is the grief of your children, what attachment do you have to life now? You should be sad about why I did not give up my life earlier. If the king would have benefited from someone else's death, then would I not have given up my life earlier? But you wait for a while. Till then I will arrange for some girls for your funeral pyre." Saying this, Viravar prepared a pyre of wood. He lit it with fire and placed the bodies of both the children on that pyre. Then his pious wife fell at his feet. The devoted wife bowed before the goddess and said, "O goddess, bless me that in my next life also this Aryaputra will be my husband, and this king will be my lord. May they be blessed by my death." Saying this, the pious lady jumped into the fire of that pyre with terrible flames, as if she had jumped into water. After this, the valiant warrior thought, "I have completed the king's work as per the voice from the sky. I have repaid the debt of the king's salt that I had eaten. Now why should I alone be attached to my life? Who would be such an unfortunate person like me, who would kill all his family members, who were worthy of death, and who were dear to him, and keep himself alive alone? Then why should I not please the goddess by sacrificing my body?" Thinking so, he started praising the goddess to please her. "O goddess, the one who holds a trident in her hands, the one who killed demon Mahishasura, the mother of the world, hail you. O mother, the omnipresent, you give pleasure to the gods, you hold the 3 worlds. O mother, the whole world worships your feet. You are the only refuge for the salvation of your devotees. Hail you. O Kali, Jai Kapalini, Jai Kankalini, O auspicious one, salutations to you. You are pleased with King Shudraka by accepting the gift of my head." Thereafter, after praising the goddess, the brave man quickly cut off his head with the sword. Shudraka was hiding there and watching all this. Distressed with grief, he wondered, "Oh God, what kind of a difficult task has this gentleman and his family done for me? I have never seen or heard of such a thing. Where else in this strange world will I find a brave man like him, who can sacrifice his life for his master without saying anything? If I cannot repay his kindness, then what is the meaning of my being a king? Then there is no difference between my life and that of an animal." Thinking this, King Shudraka took out his sword from the sheath and prayed in front of the idol of the goddess. "O Bhagavati, I am coming to your refuge, so you should be pleased with the gift of my head and shower your blessings on me. This brave man who lives up to his name has sacrificed his life for me, so you should be pleased with my life and revive the brave man and his son, daughter and wife." Saying this, the king tried to cut his head with the sword, when a voice from the sky came, "O king, stop being so daring. I am pleased with your bravery. It is my blessing that this Brahmin along with his family will come back to life immediately." After saying this, the voice from the sky became silent. Virvar also came back to life with his son, daughter and Patli in their intact bodies. Seeing this scene, the king again hid himself and kept looking at them with eyes filled with tears of joy. Virvar saw himself sleeping along with his children and wife, and his mind was shaken. Virvar took his wife and children separately and asked them, "You all were burnt to ashes in the fire, then how did you become alive? And I too had cut off my head, I too survived. Is this my delusion, or has the goddess really blessed us?" On Viravar saying this, his wife and children said, "Father, we have really become alive. This is the grace of the goddess, although we have not been able to know this till now." Virvar also thought that it was the same thing, but his work was done, so he returned to his home with his wife and children. Leaving his wife and children at home, the same night he again reached the king's doorstep as before, and got ready for his work. Seeing this, King Shudraka also climbed up to the roof of his palace, glaring at everyone. From there, the king called out and asked, "Who is on the throne?" Then Virvar said, "My lord, I am here. With your permission, I had gone to see that woman, but she disappeared in front of my eyes." The king was very surprised to hear this from Virvar, because he had seen the whole situation with his own eyes. He started thinking, what kind of a strong-willed man is this, who is as patient and brave as the ocean? He does not want to say even a word about what he has done just now. Blessed is Virvar. Such brave men are fortunate to be found by only a few. Thinking about such things, the king silently came down from the roof of the palace. He spent the rest of the night in the inner chamber. In the morning, Virvar went to the royal court to meet the king. Pleased with his actions, the king narrated the entire incident of the previous night to his ministers. On hearing this, all of them were astonished. The king was pleased and gave the kingdom of Karnat to Viravara and his son. After getting the kingdom, both of them were now equally prosperous and equal to each other. Everyone wanted the fruits of the harvest. Thus, both King Shudraka and King Viravara started living happily. After narrating this amazing story, Betal asked King Vikramaditya, "O king, tell me who was the braver among the two. If you don't tell even after knowing, you will be cursed like before." Hearing this, the king replied to Betal, "O Betal, the elder among the two was King Shudraka." Betal said, "O king, was Virvar not the greatest warrior? He himself had cut off his head for the welfare of the king, or his wife, she too had sacrificed herself. His son Satyavar too had done no less heroic act. For the welfare of the king, he too gladly offered his head to Mother Chandika. Even though he was a child, he was the epitome of bravery. Then why are you calling Shudraka the greatest warrior?" On hearing this statement of Betal, Vikramaditya said, "O Betal, it is not so. Virvar was born in such a family whose children consider it their ultimate duty to protect their master even by sacrificing their lives, their wives and their children. Virvar's wife was also from a noble family. She was devoted to her husband. She considered her husband as her only god. She had no other work except to follow her husband's path. Satyava, born from them, was also like him. Obviously, the cloth prepared will be like the yarn, but King Shudraka was ready to sacrifice his life for those servants from whom kings get their lives protected. Hence, he was special among all of them. Hearing the king's words, Betal, by his magic, suddenly got down from his shoulder and disappeared and returned to his place. King Vikramaditya also decided to bring him back and started walking back towards the shishapa tree.